Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Women Got Games podcast. Today we are on episode 6 or 7. We gotta really keep track of that. I'm pretty sure it's 6. And yeah, we are excited and pumped and ready to go. How are you doing today, Miss Celine?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, aside from the spill I just took before this podcast started, I'm okay.
Girl.
I mean, well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, the reason that I fell is because I was trying to jump over Otto so that I didn't hurt him. And then I kicked the water bin where all their food is. They have like this fountain of water, not their food. So of the water, and like for some reason the fountain is not working anymore. So Josh's mom had the lid off of it, and so I accidentally kicked it, all the water splashed everywhere, and my slippers did not want to cooperate with me, and I slipped and fell, and there you go. Now I'm all kinds of hurt, but I'm still here doing the podcast.
Lord.
And I have no Tylenol, so yay me. But yes, I'm enjoying coffee. I'm enjoying my time with you in this podcast, so everything's good.
I have not had any coffee this morning.
What?
hmm
Sacrilege. Well, you know what it is. I think you had one late last night, right? So you were like, I'm good on the caffeine front. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, I mean, I've got my coffee and pumpkin pie spiced creamer. It is delicious.
See, I'm gonna have to get some pumpkin creamer.
Hmm. Also, Starbucks has this thing called pumpkin cold foam for like cold brews. And I watched someone say that their favorite combination was a chai tea with the pumpkin foam cold brew. And she actually made a video teaching you how to make it at home. So I'm going to give it a try because I love
Oh,
them both.
okay.
hmm Yes. So today, I guess we'll start with PlayStation because PlayStation has a showcase coming up on the 16th. But hang on a second. Let me tweet out that we are live so that
I
everybody
am
knows.
too.
Oh, you're doing it too? Okay.
Well, I'm just doing it on. I've done it on my channel,
Okay, that's fine.
on my Twitter.
I'm going to do it on Women Got Games Twitter. Oh, that's where everything
Okay.
go. But yes, actually, you know what? I will copy your link because that way I don't have to switch locations. I apologize. I'm like getting the hiccups all of a sudden. Um, but yes. So PlayStation is having a showcase coming up, and I feel like it's long overdue. Like, okay, so by that time, Xbox
They
has
could have
done.
done this a long time ago. I don't know
Yeah,
why everybody out here playing games.
by this time, Xbox is already 2 weeks out on their like announce well their leak because they didn't announce anything. There was an actual announcement that was supposed to go off. Josh did watch it. I didn't get a chance to see it because he never sent it to me. But there was an announcement that was supposed to go out and it never did. And so,
Well, I think people forced them to come out with the leak.
well, I think here's my thing. Okay, so this past Wednesday was PlayStation's 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 1. So this leak came out the night before. So I think that Microsoft might have assumed that they were going to announce it on that day and went ahead and had someone leak the info. This is just a theory.
Well, it could be a nice marketing ploy.
Exactly, right? Just get ahead of the competition.
hmm
Hold on one second. Okay. All right.
So while you're getting ready, Splatoon 2 has their US tournament, their little US Open thing that's live now on both Twitch and YouTube. In case anyone want to check that out, I think they have. I don't know. Did they say 3 teams? I don't know. Anyway, they have some teams competing in their tournament or whatever today. So
That should
that's
be fun to watch. I really I love 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 the Splatoon. I used to love playing that.
I haven't played it in well over a year.
Well, I don't even have it anymore. I need to get it back, but I did enjoy it when I did have it. Like a lot. Um so yeah, that's actually pretty exciting.
It just started too, by the way, to
Did it?
anyone who's interested. Started at 1 p.m.
Oh, okay, that's good then. That's a good start. Okay, so what are we thinking? I mean, I know there's leaks that or rumors that PlayStation had to slash their price because they weren't expecting Xbox to come in that low. Which, hey, I understand they probably did have it higher. PlayStation is notorious for this, as we know with the PlayStation 3 that started at like $600. Which, granted, that was almost 13 years ago, so that's valid. Well, that's a valid price now. It wasn't a valid price back then. Back then, it was just like too much. But now, I mean, I can see people charging that much because I think, like you've said before, people pay like $1,200, $1,300 for cell phones, $2,000 for cell phones. So why wouldn't they
And
pay that?
tablet.
Yeah, and tablets. So why wouldn't they pay that much for a console? But I mean, I feel like
I won't.
consoles which should be affordable for all. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
From what I understand, they take a loss on selling consoles anyway. They
Oh
make it
yeah,
up in software and microtransactions.
sections. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, so the rumored price is 5.99 or 4.99? 4.99 for the disc version, right? And 3.99 for the discless version. These are the rumors that PlayStation is going to be releasing these at this price point.
Yeah, so it's $100 more than the Series S.
Well, okay, so here's it. It is $100 more, but I get why they are only doing like a $100 lower for the discless version because they didn't change anything. It's the exact same console. It's just discless, which to me is ridiculous because there's no way a freaking disc drive costs $100.
No.
So
But I read an article too in reference to the diskless version, well, the Series S, that developers are seemingly having issues with getting, having games optimized for the Series S because of bottlenecking, and that they broke up their cores into 2 cores. So you have 8 gigs of RAM in one and 2 gigs of RAM in the other. So it's a total of 10 gigs, but they're having an issue of getting games to run fluidly on the Series S because of how they have that configured. So that could be a thing, that could be an issue. Um, so yeah, and I think several developers have tweeted their concerns in reference to that.
well, I don't know. I mean, whew, okay, so here was well, since we're going to be back on Xbox now, so here's I'm going to get the Series S. I am. My I okay, so here's the difference though. The Series S is made for like people who enjoy frame rate rather than like 4K or 8K or anything like that. So the S is optimized for frame rate, like because it goes I think up to like 120 hertz at 1440p, which is perfect for me. I don't play on a regular TV. I don't have a 4K monitor. My monitors are 2K. And that is perfect for me. Now, whether or not there's going to be a game that I'm going to want that is going to have an optimization problem is, I mean, it really depends. But I'm sure there's some way that this particular issue can be fixed. I feel like it just, they need to find a work a way around. I don't know. But my whole point is I was going to get the S as of right now because it's white, it goes with my aesthetic that I'm trying to build, and plus it's small. So it's perfect for sitting on your desk for me personally. Um, and then what I told Josh is if they ever come out with a special edition X, like, how they had the Gears of War 1X or something like that, and or like they just come out with a different color that I really enjoy or something like that, then I'd upgrade to the X, and I would still have the Series S to trade in towards that. It's not like it's anything special with a day one edition or anything like that. It's just a plain white console, so I would be okay trading that in for the X eventually. So I'm gonna start with the S plus. Number one, we're buying two consoles in this household, so Josh will get the Series X. And I just didn't feel like it would be okay for us to like put in $1,000 towards two consoles when I'm okay with discless because we basically play discless anyway. So my whole thing with the PlayStation though is that the discless version should, I mean, they should lower it down to like 349. Like 349. It does not cost that much for a disc drive for you to be pricing it only $100 lower. Like it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know. I mean, developers will find a way. Xbox, Microsoft, someone has to find a way to fix that issue because then people are not going to want to buy that console. And then also, there's the rumor that there's going to be the Xbox Series V, which is basically supposed to be PlayStation's solution to their it's basically the the Series X without the disc as well. But it has everything that the Series X has. So
That
there,
they doing too much.
well, here's the thing though. They're trying to make it affordable for everybody so that someone can find something that they can afford.
Yeah,
What
but in a sense, in order to do that, to have a price point that is quote unquote affordable, you're going to have to make sacrifices. So to those of like me, to those of us who prefer to have disk drives, because I'm team physical. I've always been team physical. I'm going to continue to be team physical. I prefer to have hard copies of all of my games where possible. And they keep coming up with ways to try and force people to go digital, And I mean, for me, that's not feasible, but that's just me. Yes, I do have an external hard drive or whatnot because, of course, like I said, Game Pass. Um, but and in reference to, like, for instance, the Switch, I only have a 400 gig micro SD card in there. So I know a lot of the games are not very like intensive when it comes to storage, but look at 2K. So 2K is gonna run you 27 gigs or more on that micro SD card. And that's whether you have physical or digital, which that makes no sense to me. And it's and
Well, here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to buy a physical copy, awesome, great. Why do you have to install that physical copy inside the actual device?
I have no idea.
That is why I'm just like, if you forget it, I'll just be diskless. Well, why do I
No,
need to install all that into my hard drive anyway? It doesn't make
I
sense to me.
I'd rather have some games where I just have updates installed on the system rather than having to install the whole entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And again, 2K is an exception to that. I don't know why they do that. But whatever. It is what it is with that.
I mean, there's been some issues lately with like actual like the Xbox having like downtime and dashboard issues, and I always say that every time they're gonna enter a new generation, this happens. So this is nothing new to me. But I actually, now that I've said this, I need to enter. If you are an Xbox insider, okay, if you that means if you're part of their preview program, they call it Xbox Insider now, then you can go ahead and sign up for the beta dashboard that will be on the new console.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I generally do not try out the new features before they come out because I'm not trying to have something mess up my system. I'm
Oh,
not saying that it
it never
will, but
messes
it
up your system.
should.
No, it never messes. I've done it so many times. It's not even funny. I've never had a problem with it. But if you would rather be surprised than wait, then hey, why not? You know, just wait it out. But for those of you who like to be beta testers and see things before everybody else does, then you can go to the Xbox Insider. As long as you're a previews member, you can go ahead and sign up to be part of the beta. Josh has already done it, so I've already gotten a sneak peek, and it's hella smooth. It's so buttery. It looks so good. So I'm actually really pumped now. I remember last week when I was like, I'm not really excited about the console. I'm excited now.
Because of the dashboard.
Well, it's not just the dashboard, it's also like the form factor of the S because that's the one that I'm getting. Um, and of course, let's talk about the fact that a bunch of influencers on the video game spectrum or tech spectrum have gotten dummy consoles so that you can show people what the size is. A lot of people have thought that these are actual consoles. Also, let's just be honest, people's titles were very clickbaity. But they were not the actual console. It was just a dummy. And as you can see on at least the S, there is an Ethernet cable, two USB ports, an HDMI. It looks like it's only one HDMI, which might actually cause a problem for me personally. Because I use an external graphics card, like the capture card, I need two. Plus, I also used to use my Xbox as a pass through for other consoles, and there's only one HDMI port, it seems, which might cause a problem. Also, if you see on the dummy, there is a slot that is a bigger slot, and that slot is meant to be a solid state drive. Now, you guys, Xbox will allow you to have an external hard drive, but only for backwards compatible games. Anything that is on the One, on the 360, on the original Xbox can go on that hard drive, but anything that is on the new series of XVS has to go on their solid state drive, which only holds 1 terabyte. So at the present time, you can only add an additional 1 terabyte. You cannot add anything else. And it is their Seagate specified one, which right now runs at like $219. So this can be an issue for some people, which I understand. But at this moment in time, we don't know what games are coming to the Series X. So right now, it's not anything to worry about. But later on down the road, it might be. Which me personally, I don't care. Listen, most of my games are like on the older consoles anyway, so I can have that external drive. But if it's something that's going to be on a new series and they make these games so graphically intense that you need like 100 gigabytes for like one game, then it could be a problem. Because then you're forced to buy more than one of these 1 terabyte solid state drives. Then you gotta keep track of what games are on which drive. So hopefully they will at some point come out with higher terabyte solid state drives because it's gonna be too excessive. Like it's gonna be too much. How do you feel about this, Lynn?
It is what it is, I guess. I think I think it sucks that they're doing it that way because see, I very seldom utilize the internal storage of my systems, any of my systems. If I can default it to the external, it goes on the external. And but the fact that any actual, series game is going to have to go on the internal, that poses a problem because you don't have a lot of internal storage.
No, the actual for the S. It's 512. So for me, it's
Yeah,
gonna be hella low. I think the X starts at 1 terabyte. I'm not sure, and then
it's still not enough.
yeah, no, it's not. Especially because these games are so graphically intense. And let me tell you something, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Call of Duty had an update, right? And the update was only supposed to be a couple of megs, maybe even a couple of gigs, but there was a glitch and it basically reinstalled your entire fucking game.
So everybody lost their progress.
No, the progress stayed there, but it was like everybody had to do a like 100 and something gig install.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous.
So, like, this can pose a problem, but it's not a problem right now, per se. I mean, I don't know, you guys. I don't know, but I will say I do like the small form factor. I watched Justini's video actually, where she mentioned that it was a dummy. Um,
I don't see how people couldn't see that. Like, if
well,
you
there's
really
literally no
look, you
ports,
can see that there are no ports.
and they're hella
They're
light.
like, oh my
So
God, they sent you one early. I'm like, seriously? Or did you not really? Like, when they unboxed it, it was in a brown box. It wasn't in the official box. There
oh
were
well,
no
she didn't actually open
cables.
the box. She already had them out.
There were no cables. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, they sent it to you early. Like, really? And you see where they show the backs of these systems. There are no ports. How are you going to sit here and think that these are actual systems? And plus, anyway, also in one of the previous lives that Microsoft did, Phil Spencer had an S sitting back in the corner on a bookshelf that nobody realized that was there. That's how small it is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, for particularly, I just think that it looked like a camping stove. Like, if when you lay it flat, she said it looks like a camping stove, which I can kind of see that. But, yeah, now I might have to reconsider this. Now that I see there's only one HDMI port, that might be a problem for me for real. That's something I have to talk to Josh about. But yeah, I'm actually, I don't know. Either way, I'm excited for the new generation of consoles. I'm excited to see what PlayStation's going to say on the 16th. That is when the showcase is going to be. Let me make sure I get the date and time in case you guys to listen to this before then. You'll be able to know what time it's going live. Hold on a second here. Um, I don't know. I mean, the whole thing about the actual hard drive thing can be a bit much, but honestly, we'll see what happens. Oh, it's 1 p.m. Pacific time, so if you're Eastern time, it's about 4 p.m., right? 3 hour difference. Yeah. So the 16th. I I don't know. You here's the thing though. Like Xbox just officially announced their stuff, and in the comments and stuff, people were very vocal about how PlayStation's gonna win and blah blah blah. Listen, the console wars died in 2013. I don't know why everyone's trying to keep that stuff alive. It's just toxic, negative stuff. Like, there is a space for everything and everyone in this world. Whether you're a PC gamer, an Xbox gamer, a Nintendo gamer, a PlayStation gamer, it does not matter. Because true gamers, if they can afford it, will have more than one console anyway. They don't care. So, I just really need everybody to stop it with the console wars drama. Some of those beams were funny. I'm not gonna lie, they were funny, but that just breeds toxicity within the community. Like, it's not a thing anymore. As you can see, PlayStation is jumping into PC, just as Xbox has done so. So why is everyone still trying to keep this flame lit for console wars? Is beyond me. Like, it just needs to stop. Was there something else that we were going to talk about in reference to Xbox? I can't remember right now.
I'm not for certain.
I feel like there was something else. I just can't remember. Because you had mentioned the bottlenecking thing. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Um, there's still rumors going around that Nintendo will come out with a 4K Switch next year, which honestly would be awesome. Not even gonna lie, I'd be pretty excited for that. The only thing is, I wouldn't be getting rid of my Switch because it's special. Special. But yeah. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about? I feel like we're gonna have a short one today.
I don't have anything in particular.
Yeah, this you did mention about the Splatoon thing going on right now. I just really, honestly, I'm hurting and I can't think straight. um, yeah, I think we basically covered everything. Are you playing anything new this week?
No.
No.
I haven't really. I mean, the only thing I've been playing is just mobile games. I haven't really been playing anything on any console, including the Switch.
I've been.
Although I do want to try that RPG Maker MV. I do want to try that because it's probably about as close as you can get to being an actual game developer.
Oh,
So,
that's kind of
it,
cool.
I mean, and it's still like I'm not going to say the dumbed down version, but because I'm not trying to like downplay it, it's still fairly like complicated or whatnot to learn the ins and outs of how to do it. But it's still like it's like it's really cool. Like you have a series of sprites that you can choose to be like the character, so you can't really um you know like create your own sprites.
Mhm.
But and then you have various types of music, for various different things like battle music, whatever. But you can tweak the pitch, you can, tweak it to kind of make it your own. You don't have to use the stock music.
Mhm.
And you even create your own dialogue, so you can do that. It's basically you are creating your own RPG in like a pixel type game. Um,
Oh, that's really cool.
you even create the levels, so you start out with a blank level, so you can create mountains and peaks and different terrains and different areas, and it's like it's really cool. But you're literally creating your own RPG, and it's giving you the tools to do that. But of course, the definitive version is on the PC. Hopefully, the Switch will get a lot of the updates that the PC version will get. So I hope the devs are really serious about that, not just sticking it on the Switch and calling it a day. But I hope they get, the Switch gets updates as well. You can also share your levels so other people can play them. So, but yeah, IGN did a review, and I think the guy said it took him like 2 hours to create like a was it a I don't know, I don't want to say it was a 30-minute clip, but it could have been shorter than that, but it took him a long time to create what he created,
Yeah.
um, with all the dialogue and everything, because I think he created some characters that actually work at IGN, and the dialogue and everything. And it's really cool. So I suggest
That's
people to check
cool.
it out to see if that's something they would be interested in, especially if you're a fan of RPGs.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that. That's a fun idea. It depends on the RPG. Some of them I do like, some of them I don't really care for. But yeah, that sounds like so much fun.
Well, this you can create whatever you want. You can make it however you want. If there's
Yeah,
RPG, genre that you really don't like, then you could go ahead and make your own and make it how you want it.
that sounds so cool. What
And
was
then there's a game coming out too on the Switch called Fuse. Is it Fuse or Fuser?
um
It might be Fuser. Um, and Red Infamy actually did an interview with the developer, and that is like one of those rhythm type games. And they, I guess, attributed to something similar than to DJ Mixer. You remember the little game on the PS3 that had the little turntable?
Yes.
So it's kind of like you don't have any peripherals or anything like that, but they was talking about that too. And so this is basically a rhythm based game that's coming out on the Switch. I think sometime this year. I want to say sometime this year. And and I love my rhythm games, so looking forward to that. So yeah.
Yeah, I love rhythm games too.
Yeah, so I would
Like,
suggest checking that out too. Fuser. Fuser. Fuser.
okay, I'm gonna
And
have to check
then
that out.
RPG Maker, M as in Michael, V as in Victor.
Okay. Let me actually type that in the chat, put it up there so people can hang on here. It's RPG. RPG, what was it called?
Maker.
Maker
I mean,
MV.
I think it's out on the PlayStation 4 as well, but it
It
just
is
recently came out on the Switch.
is it VM or MV?
MV.
MV. Okay. There we go.
So yeah, I think that's a really cool game to check out, especially if you're into RPGs
And
and
then
it's
the other one is Fuser.
yeah.
Let me spell check because of course my stupid iPad decides it's gonna correct my spelling and change it. um, that's awesome. I have been playing Fall Guys with Josh. We only have one PlayStation though. We only have it on PlayStation. I haven't gotten it on PC yet. Because I know PC has a problem with hackers. But I've been playing it on PlayStation with Josh, and we basically take turns. So if you're eliminated, then we just hand over the controller. If you qualify, then you just keep going until you get eliminated or
That's
you
cool.
win. So we've been taking turns doing that, and we just laugh hysterically because we always end up with like one of the Fall Guys looking like a hot dog, and we're like, move it, wiener, move it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so funny. Um, and I've really been watching a bunch of people play Among Us. Like, I really want to get this game so
I
badly.
want to play that too, and they have it for Android. Do they
I,
have it on iOS? Because we could, can we play together on that, or is it only specific to systems?
I
Like,
don't know. I'm gonna try to create a game and I'll send you a code and see if we can connect. Because
well, I need to download it first, but yes, I do want to
yes,
try that out because that game look hella.
download it and I'll see if Josh wants to play. He can download it on Android. Just because it just looks funny. They do have it on PC and then they have it on iOS and Android. The only thing is I didn't like is that I don't know specifically about PC. It's only $4.99 on Steam if you guys want to get it. It's called Among Us. Let me write that down. And I'm sure you guys have seen people play this recently. It actually came out in 2018, and for some reason things gained popularity like way later in the game. And I've just really been enjoying this. So basically, you can have however many people are playing. You can have one, two, three. I think up to four imposters, and you basically can go around killing people if you're an imposter, and then the people have to guess basically who killed who. It's just fun, silly. The characters look silly. Like it's just my only turn off with iOS and maybe even Android is that there were a lot of microtransactions because you can buy accessories and stuff, which for a $5 game I guess is okay, but these microtransactions are like $2 a pop for just a little like headband or some shit. Like why do
Oh,
I
so it's not like a one and done. It's like you pay for it just to play it, and then you have.
well, okay, because on the actual iOS and Android it's free to download.
Yeah,
On
I
on
just
Steam
downloaded it.
on Steam it's $4.99. Steam has a like individual packs too, but I think they come with more than one thing, and those packs are like $1.99 as well. But I feel that on iOS, it's like every individual thing is like $2.
Oh,
Like,
that's crazy.
yeah, so if you're gonna play on iOS or Android, just leave your base character by itself. Just like don't put anything to it, because I'm not gonna spend $2 to put like a little flower in my character's hair. It's not
No,
gonna
I'm not
happen.
either.
So nice try getting me with that one, but that's not gonna work. But it's a very fun, silly game to play with friends, especially just because it basically shows you who among your friends is a really good liar. And then you can tell who can't lie, because some people just give themselves up. Like they don't even. I was watching this girl. Her name is Leslie as well, but she goes by Fusely on Twitch, and she is so funny. She literally had a bunch of scripts written out, like if she so she could defend herself if anybody accused her.
Nah,
That was the video I sent you yesterday. She's so funny. she
I need
had
to
a
go back and watch it.
she had them for individual maps, like different rooms, and
Stop it.
and
Are you
she
serious? She is
and she,
hardcore with the game.
and she still she still got caught lying. It's just so funny. It's just a fun game to play. Um, so yeah, we're gonna try it on the phones and see if it will work the way it does on PC. But it's hilarious. So basically, on PC too, you have to play with Discord. So everybody has to be in the Discord, and when the game starts, you have to mute yourself. And then, of course, if someone reports a body, because you have to report when you see a dead body, if someone reports a body, then everybody goes in back to the Discord and converses about who was it, where did they find him, blah blah blah, and then you have to vote people out based on what you guys discuss. Sometimes it's like, oh well, we don't know, so you end up skipping instead of voting, and the game continues. So then you have these tasks that you have to do, and if you don't get the tasks done in time, then or before the imposter is found, then you lose. But you can sometimes win by just getting all your tasks done, like as a group. And then if you die, you become a ghost, and you can still go through and complete all the tasks. So even if you're dead, you can still win if you complete all the tasks before the imposter is found. But it is just so funny. And I really just think it depends on the people, and like you start to get paranoid because you think people are like after you, and it's just really funny to watch. And I'm assuming to play too. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, I think that's about it with the games that I've been playing. I know you're excited about your tablet coming soon.
It should be delivered by October 2nd, I think.
Okay. Have they shipped it out yet? It might be sooner. You don't
No,
know. You don't know. It might be sooner. But
they haven't.
hopefully it'll I mean, that's right around the corner. Listen, time has been flying by so fast. We blink and the next thing you know, it was like, "Oh, wow. It's already time." So I know that you're excited to get that. I haven't gotten any new tech as of recently. However, I did get this mini controller for my Switch Lite. I got it a while ago. I haven't tried it yet, but I I charged it and tried it, and it's awesome. It works. It actually works. It's by let me get you the company. It's 8-bit something, and they have them in all the different colors for all of the different switches. And it's basically like having a tiny pro controller for your Switch Lite. And
Is it like an
I
8-bit dough or something like that?
it might be that might be it. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. But it is so stinking cute, and it works so good, and I love it. Yeah, so it works via Bluetooth, and you know it's connected when the bottom light is blue. Like, and it's just so easy to connect. I hadn't done it because I thought it was gonna be like a pain in the butt, but it wasn't. It was very, very easy to connect, and it was so cute. Um, Here we go. Controller. Let me see. It's called, yeah, 8-bit dough. Exactly. You had it correct. And it comes in. They have two different versions. One of them is bigger, but that one isn't available in coral yet. And then they have a smaller one, which is available in coral, which is the one I have. It's actually pink. It's not really coral, but it's the one I have, and it is tiny and it is cute. It's perfect for travel, and it does work, and it makes it a little easier to play. Because let me tell you, on my Switch Lite, um, one of the thumbsticks feels like it might actually be loose. So
Hmm.
it just feels weird. It doesn't feel like it should. So yeah, that has been awesome. And I've also been obsessed with people changing out their the case, the actual enclosure, not just a case, the actual enclosure of their pro controllers. I've seen people do this. Like, they take the pro controller apart and change the actual shell to a different color, or some people paint them. I've been obsessed with watching these videos, and for some reason, they're very calming.
Wow.
But it's so cool because I was like, you know what? I would try doing this one day and maybe stream it, and just like, because it's like so much stuff you gotta take apart. Like, I'm not even kidding you. There's so many little intricate screws, and you are like, but when you order the case, people seem to order them on Amazon. When you order the enclosure, it comes with all the tools you need,
Mm-hmm.
um, to like take it apart and put it back together. And oh my gosh, it's just so satisfying, especially when you get it the color you want it. I don't know. There's just something completely satisfying about it. I would be scared to do it on an actual console, but for a controller, it's not too bad. I mean, especially if you have like an older one laying around. But yeah. So that's what I've been into in terms of like gaming and tech and stuff. But I think that's it really. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nothing in particular.
Okay. Well, guys, I think we're towards the end of our podcast. It was a short one this time. Normally we go for like an hour, but hey, that's okay. Sometimes it happens. If you guys are interested in being a part of the podcast, like I said, we're going to do one guest at a time. So please leave a comment down below, or go ahead and leave us a message on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. And subscribe to this channel if you have not already, please. We would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to start putting content on this channel. I think I want to start a little series, um, like for people who want to stream, just like a beginners, like from literally from setting up your account till however far. We'll just do a step at a time, because I think I want this to be a resource for people, not just the podcast, which we do enjoy doing. But um, what do you think?
That sounds good.
Yeah, so I actually have to reset up my bot. So for Twitch, for my actual like moderation bot. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna record the setting up the account with you guys, and that way you'll figure out how to do it from scratch. Um,
Make sure you do a day ahead so it can set it up for live stream.
okay, okay. No, no, I don't think I'm gonna do it live. It's just gonna be a video resource.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that way you can watch it whenever you need to, and but yeah. So I think we'll start that. And if you guys, especially the women, if you guys are gamers and would like to be featured on our channel or any of our social medias, please send us a message as well. We would greatly appreciate it. And of course, we're trying to build this little by little. We're still using like the default powered by StreamYard, because you got to pay to make it pretty. So
Mhm.
we need to get that viewership up in order to do so, as well as just, getting the word out there. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. And if you listen to it later on, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening and taking the time to comment and all that good stuff. We didn't have any new comments this week, which I usually would feature in the beginning of the podcast. But if you guys leave a comment, then you'll also be featured on the podcast. So I think that's it for now. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.